Welcome to the special show of News Karnataka, Womenia, the Woman of Impact. Hi, this is Ananya Hegde. Today we have with us Mrs. Jyothika Harsha Shetty, who is a leadership communication coach. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Ma'am, to start off with, how excited was your childhood?
My childhood has been excellent, to be honest. I have grown up in a joint family.
Right.
My parents moved abroad late 70s, and that's why I'm the only child. So I grew up with my grandma and my auntie. I have 3 other cousins as well.
Okay.
So I would say my childhood has been memorable, and I have so many stories to talk about from my childhood.
Maybe if you can recollect one story.
Well, we grew up at a time when our neighbors were family. And that's the time when, especially during Diwali time, we had all our neighbors coming to our house in those 3 days, and the crackers that we used to burst. It was not only Diwali in our house, but it was Diwali in the entire neighborhood.
Right.
Also the New Year parties. We were very creative children as well.
Okay.
The New Year parties also, we children would arrange not only for us, but we would arrange for the entire locality.
Okay.
And those were the days I think I can never forget.
That's nice. Okay. Then how was Jyothika as a student?
Someone who spoke her mind,
Okay.
never hid her emotions in that sense. A good student, very creative, a good dancer, always there in the forefront as far as cultural activities are concerned. And studies also, I was good. I wouldn't say I was an excellent 100 on 100, but I was definitely a good student.
All right. Then this bold girl gets into job, right, in Dubai. So
Yeah.
what was your experience there?
Well, my parents were in Dubai since the late 70s, like I mentioned. And the gradual transition for me was to move abroad since I was the only child. I started working pretty young, so I was studying and working simultaneously.
Wow, okay.
And therefore, my experience was much more than my age, to be very honest, in that sense, if you actually collectively look at the value of experience I had.
Okay.
My working journey has definitely been a great thing because I worked, I've put more than a decade in a French bank, and I grew as an individual, I grew as a professional, and finance has been my background. Risk management is something that I am specialized in. And at the same time, I also got married and we also set up our business. So I've been an entrepreneur as well as a corporate professional.
Okay.
So
Great.
yeah.
I think you had a dual kind of a journey.
Yes.
2 different kind of a journey.
Yes.
Right. Ma'am, almost for a decade, you are into public speaking, right?
Yes.
So, how did this love towards public speaking start? Why I'm asking this because public speaking is one of the scariest. Yes, I can say, right? Yeah. So, how did you get into this?
Well, my journey of public speaking, there's a very funny story, in fact. After my banking career, I was a full-time, I was inducted as a shareholder in our company.
Okay.
And, the journey of an entrepreneur can be very lonely. That's a time when I realized that this was about 10 years back. That's a time I realized I need to make more friends. And that was the reason I joined a platform called Toastmasters.
Okay.
And my journey, my whole objective was to make friends, but I got much more than what, and public speaking has been a part of who I am. It's in my DNA. I don't think you can separate me from public speaking.
Oh, that's great.
And it became my passion. So here I would also like to mention, that's why we all as individuals have to give ourselves opportunities. When we give and try things beyond our comfort zone, we realize there is so much that is hidden in us. We actually don't realize it. And when you try different things and new things, you realize that your potential lies in so many other things which you never knew.
Right.
So that's how I discovered my passion for public speaking.
That's great, ma'am. Yeah. Ma'am, I also know that you are a communication coach, leadership communication coach. I'm sure you would be doing a lot of mentoring to the young minds and whoever comes to you, right? So what do you think is that people are lacking these days?
It's a very good question, to be honest. The present generation, I would say, first of all, let me start by giving them the credit that they are very, very smart lot. They are agile. They love moving ahead in life. They are much different than what we were. But answering your question, I think one distinctive feature that I have noticed is patience.
Right.
The present generation lacks, I wouldn't like to generalize, but at least with the majority that I have seen is patience, is what they lack. With a fast world, with social media, everything seems like it's easy to achieve.
Right.
but the fundamentals remain quite the same what it was. Patience is key.
Right.
When you start working on your skill, your technique, that's where you get better. There is no shortcut to anything you do in life.
Okay, great. I think patience is what required for everything, right? Yeah, great. Ma'am, as I mentioned in the initial stage of our show, that you are a leadership communication coach, right? I'm very curious to know what exactly these coaches do. Please tell us.
Well, coaches basically are instrumental in shifting your perspective.
Right.
They cannot create magic in that sense, but what they can create is your shift in perspective. It's all about the mind, your mindset, how you think, your decisions you take,
Right.
what state of mind you are in determines how the quality of life you live.
Sense, yeah.
So that's what coaching is all about. As far as leadership communication coaching is concerned, communication is something that people think is not important, and especially organizations. Some of the organizations fail because there is no proper communication within the organization. Like, for example, a team leader may fail to communicate with his own employees or the teammates, which may lead to other complications. So basically, I coach such individuals who want to become leaders or who are in leadership positions to better their communication, gain confidence, and work on an inner self, basically, and I would say a personal transformation. Work on their mindset. What are the blocks that they're not allowing them to actually open up and talk to people? Right. So there are multiple areas that I actually cater to, but leadership and communication is something that is very dear to me.
Right. I think this is a challenging task, right? Because everybody comes up with a unique problem, maybe. Right?
Yes.
It's not always like I come up with the same problem and the one more person also comes up with the same agenda. So yeah, I think you're working with all challenging scenarios. Right. All right, great. Ma'am, you are an author also.
Yes.
Correct. So very happy for that
Thank you.
because these days getting into writing world and reading a book is really rare in the digital world, I can say, but still you managed to be an author. And please tell about it. How did your love towards writing start?
Well, my journey of writing started much early in my life. If I look back, probably I didn't know those traits that were present in me.
Okay.
But even during my school days or college days, I would write endlessly. You give me a question, I would write pages and pages.
Okay.
And now when I look back, I said probably that writer in me was there then. But 10 years back, I would say almost 11 years back, I wrote a poem.
Okay.
And the poem was named as The Changing Face of Kudla.
Okay.
I was here on a vacation and it was raining. I couldn't go out. I just sat and I wrote this poem called as Changing Face of Kudla.
Okay.
This was published in one of the online local portals, and it was a runaway success.
Wow.
People appreciated it so much, and that is when I realized I think I can take this to the next level. Rest is history, because I went on to write a lot of poems, short stories, blogs, all these things go on.
Okay.
But book is, I think in 2018, I decided to take this to the next level by writing my own book.
Wow.
And that's where in 2020, I published my first book, Back in Control.
Oh, nice.
And this talks about my own journey of using emotions to my advantage.
Wow.
And how I changed my course of life by simply handling my emotions well. And that is called as emotional intelligence.
Okay.
People don't understand that being emotional intelligent can lead to a lot of other successes in life. So this actually talks about what emotional intelligence is and how you can talk about it. Just in April, I released another book called as 40 and Fabulous.
Okay.
This is especially for ladies who want to start their career after a long break when they are 40. You probably want to start a business, you want to start anything, a career. Ageism is something that is looked down upon.
True.
And the moment you have taken a big break, given a big break, or you have passed a certain age, you do not have, it looks like you do not have a shining career out there. But I want to defy all odds and tell them that no, you can restart your career if you do things the right way.
Wow. Kudos to you, ma'am. I think we wish a lot many books come out from you.
It will, I hope.
Right. All right, ma'am, you are also having many, certifications.
Yes.
For that matter, if I can mention one or two, maybe some of the diplomas and train the trainer certifications.
Yes.
How did it really help you to, boost your confidence?
Well, Confidence and diplomas are, I would say, two different things. Definitely diplomas or the certifications are a beginning. It definitely opens up your mind.
Right.
It also kind of legitimizes the entire process. That, like for example, I've also completed my train the trainer. So I know that I'm a professional trainer. I have that ability to go on and train. That is in the mind. But when I actually go and train, probably I do not have the ability. So confidence is something that you build over a period of time, and it's natural. So certification is just the beginning, but there are the rest of the things that you have to work on yourself in order to get there.
Okay.
So for me, yes, it has definitely helped. But what I did with it is share my planning and my vision in life where I want to go. So just having certifications won't help you, but doing something with that, taking action will definitely help you.
I'm sure you must be going for a lot of training, schools, colleges, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great deal. All right. So, ma'am, now that I know you do a lot of things, you're an author, you're a trainer, you are also into business, as you mentioned.
Yes.
How do you manage your family time versus your career time?
Well, like I mentioned, I started working very young, and this isn't possible if you do not have a proper support system.
Correct.
It starts from my husband, of course. True. My husband is also a business person, so at times he doesn't have time to give that much, to my aspirations, but my mom's been a biggest support system for me.
Okay.
I'm the only child, and probably that's one of the reasons, but she's been an amazing support for me in bringing up my children and supporting me and helping me do what I wanted to do. My children, of course, now they are all grown up. I have 3 kids. They're all adults, but they have been a great part of my journey in encouraging.
Right. I think to do anything you need support, especially the family support is what I can say. Right. All right. Then, ma'am, how do you wish to contribute to the society?
Well, contribute to the society in my own little way, I would say. Right now, one thing that I really support is positive health, positive talk. I meet a lot of people, especially women, and they think that they can't do anything in a certain, their biases are already there in their mind. There's a lot of negative self-talk that they do. The potential that they have is immense, but they can't bring that out because they have their own blocks in their mind. Okay. So one of the things that I advocate is positive self-talk. And being positive, it not only helps you, but also helps your mind as well as your surrounding as well. Okay. So positive self-talk is something that I really want to propagate and advocate rather.
Makes sense. Yeah, very much needed is in this era is what I can say. Yeah. All right, ma'am. Now we had a lot of serious conversations, and we'll have a rapid fire.
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Your first question is place you wanted to travel the most.
Seychelles. Something that I wanted to do. I've never been there, but this is my dream since I was 16. I wanted to.
Okay, all right.
Seychelles.
So, what irritates you the most?
Lies.
Okay.
Lies and disrespect. I cannot stand people who do not respect.
Okay. What makes you happy?
My 3 children.
Okay.
And my work as well.
Great. What's your favorite pastime?
Public speaking, writing is something that I do.
All right. Yeah. What motivates you the most, ma'am?
Self-motivation. I really do. For me, motivation comes intrinsically because if I look for extrinsic motivation, I'll definitely be disappointed. So intrinsic motivation, my own mindset and creating that environment where I self-motivate myself is what motivates me.
All right. Okay. What is your proudest accomplishment so far?
I remember once I had given a talk a few years back, to be in 2017 to be precise. Okay. I was giving a talk to a few ladies in a company. It was a corporate talk that I was giving. There was a lady who was just about to retire in a couple of days. Okay. So when I started off, she was like, "Oh, this is not for me. This is for the others who are aspiring to be better in their career." I said, "Ma'am, just wait, and we'll wait till the end of the talk, and then we'll speak." Once the entire talk was over, the workshop was over, she comes up to me and she says, "I am retiring, but I want to restart my education and complete my graduation." This was so fulfilling. There were a couple of other incidents also that took place, but especially this lady coming up to me and saying, "Once I retire, I'll go back to college and complete my education," is what really motivated me and fulfilled me.
Okay, fine. That's nice. Ma'am, if you are a Prime Minister of this country for a day, what would you change?
Well, I don't think the country is already on track, I guess, so I don't really need to make a difference. But there's something that I really live by.
Okay.
A change is a change when you change. Otherwise, nothing changes. So if I was a Prime Minister, I would definitely tell people to look into themselves and be that change that you want to see in the world, like Mahatma Gandhi said.
Great, ma'am, great. Okay, if you have had a time machine, would you like to go to the past or to the future?
Always the future.
Okay.
Because I know the future holds the best things. What I am today is a culmination of what I was in the past. So going back doesn't really make sense.
Okay.
I know that what I am today I can use for a better future and build a better future. So it's always the future.
Definitely, yeah. Ma'am, what is that one childish thing you still enjoy doing?
Cotton candy.
Okay.
Eating cotton candy is something that I love.
Okay.
But I don't do that now because you've got to be careful with your health as well.
True. What is that one Mangalorean food you cannot live without?
Kori Ajadina. And especially, being a bunt, I cook that well as well.
Okay.
So Kori Roti, Kori Gasi and Kori Ajadina is something that I really love.
When are you inviting us?
Anytime.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, last question in the rapid fire. How are you feeling about your life right at this moment?
I know I have a lot of things to do and accomplish in the future. I'm happy with what I do. See, I'm a person who lives in the present. I don't live in the past. I don't live in the future. I'm very happy with what I have, what I am, where I am today. And I know life is a journey, live day to day. And I know every day is going to be good. So I'm very content with where I am today. And I know the brighter things are waiting for me ahead.
Great. Okay, we are almost at the end of the show. So one last question. What is that one message that you want to pass on to the viewers of News Karnataka through this platform?
To the viewers of News Karnataka, I would like to say that, and this is through my experience that I'm speaking, that others' opinion do not define who you are. Many of the problems arise when you think about what others think about us. Others' opinion change like climate, change like weather. So you stick to your grounds. But what is important for you to do is be with the right kind of people who uplift you, who push you forward. So make your choices wisely and keep acting on or take action on your plans, because without action, no one is going to save you. Especially for the ladies, I would like to say is that be independent. You may have a lot of money, you may have a lot of security in life, but it's very important to be independent, and that's a self-fulfillment that you get. Everything doesn't have to boil down to your finance. Everything doesn't have to boil down to a particular thing. But be an individual who can be independent and stand in the society and say that this is me and this is how I am.
Wow, that's a boldest statement I can say.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
You
you.
definitely motivated us, and your life journey was beautiful, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We wish you good luck for all your future endeavors, ma'am.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you, viewers, for watching. Catch me in the next episode of Womenia, the Woman of Impact. Until then, bye-bye.